I looked in the drawer and started to laugh. Oh, and it's just one thing to go your way.
That's how we do it in Fairbanks. At shortstop, wearing number 6, Tate Chimayo. At second base, wearing the number 9, Caleb Milliken. At first base, wearing the number 21, Rafael Flores. Catching for your Alaska Goldpanners, wearing the number 17, Isaac Shuck. And starting in the bullpen for your Alaska Goldpanners is number 30, Corey Braun. Your Goldpanners are head coached by Mr. Mark Lindsay. His assistant coaches are Ryan Hansen, Jake Taylor, and Marcus Mastrobuoni. And the designated hitter for your Alaska Goldpanners is number 4, Matthew Pinal. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we'd like to honor America. So please stand and kindly remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Now on 3, let's all say together 1, 2, 3, play ball!
Welcome everyone to Garrod Memorial Park here in beautiful Fairbanks, Alaska for Game 2 of this 3-game set with the Peninsula Oilers from Kenai, Alaska. Garrow Von Dane with you live here in the press box high above ground and field. It's also Game 2 of the 2022 campaign. And the Goldpanners and Oilers really didn't settle anything in Game 1 as that game ended in a 9-inning 3-3 tie. So the sister kisser to open the season, and we'll try and figure something out here tonight. We are scheduled for just 7 innings tonight and also 7 innings tomorrow night as well, the Oilers are a little bit low on roster numbers, and nobody wants to overstretch the pitcher's arms in the first series of the season. So both teams have agreed to play 7 innings tonight and tomorrow night, and that is why we did not play extra innings last night. Goldpanners had a 3-1 lead in that game for much of the game. And the Oilers clawed back to make it 3-2, and then in the 9th inning, tied it at 3. Goldpanners did not score in the bottom of the 9th, and the teams agreed that that would be all for last night's game. Oilers got an RBI single from Trey Becker in the 9th to score Hennings. Those two played a pretty darn good game yesterday for the Oilers. Hennings 3 for 4 with 2 stolen bases. Becker 2 for 4. The rest of the team with just 2 base hits. But those guys had good opening nights here in Fairbanks. First trip for the Oilers to Fairbanks since 2016. And we'll see what we can get going here tonight. Tonight's pitching matchup for the Goldpanners will be the 6'3" left-hander from Charleston Southern, Corey Braun, And for the Oilers, it will be the right-handed freshman Max Miller from Baylor University. And we are set to go. Goldpanners take the field here to open tonight's contest. And we get our first look at the left-hander, Corey Braun. And he starts with ball one. Your umpiring crew for tonight at home plate, it's David Noah. At first base, it's Chad Rose, Brian Loth at second base. And at third, it's Dwayne Clements making his return to Fairbanks after 3 years. And 2-0 is how we start on Trey Becker. Becker was in the 9 spot yesterday. We mentioned his productive night, 2 for 4, a triple, an RBI, and a single. And tonight he gets rewarded by batting at the top of the order. And the Oilers shortstop takes a strike. It's 2-1. After Becker will be second baseman Shun Sakaino. Dalton Bowling will play third and bat third. And Jake Brown, the designated hitter, in the cleanup spot. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. James Shimashita will play first and bat fifth. In the sixth spot, it's Casey Burnham, the center fielder. Right fielder Noah Hennings batting seventh. Catching is Jerry Nix. He will bat eighth. And Cole Jordan in left will bat ninth for the Oilers. Another beautiful sunny evening here in Fairbanks. And much like yesterday, it's pretty windy here tonight. Flags blowing in from center field. Panners wearing their blue tops today with the gold and red trim and the red caps. And strike three called on Becker. So Braun starts off 2-0 and comes back with 3 straight strikes to Kay Becker to open tonight's ball game. So here's Shun Sakaino for the Oilers. Freshman from Cal State Northridge. And the Matador will stand in against the left-hander Braun. And a strike called. Goldpanners in the dugout on the third base side. Oilers on the first base side. Temperatures in the mid-60s. Another beautiful Fairbanks day. Strike called, and quickly in front, 0-2, is Corey Braun. Corey's from Seminole, Florida, a long way from home. Don't get too many Florida natives up here to Fairbanks. Two balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty, top of the first. Changeup is popped up into shallow center field, and moving back to make the catch is Caleb Milliken, the second baseman for the Goldpanner. So catching for Corey Braun is Isaac Shuck. At first base, it's Rafael Flores. The second baseman, Caleb Milliken. Tate Shamau is tonight's starting shortstop. Griffin Harrison at third. And your outfield looks like this. Brock Rudy in left. Dominic Hughes in center. And Sean Rimmer is in right. Sean Rimmer with a home run last night. His first of the year. Goldpanners first.
That foul ball brought to you by Hometown Physical Therapy.
Wednesday night in Fairbanks. Glad to have you with us here on Pannervision. Every game all season long, home and away. And Chris Carlson is managing the controls. And if you need to send him a message, just do it on the YouTube chat. He might not see it right away. He's kind of busy. But eventually he might get to it.
Out on the East Highway across from the Trans-Alaska Pipeline viewpoint.
0-2 here. 2 outs, bases empty. Chopped left side, a foul ball. Dalton Bowling did not play last night. He gets the start at third today in the 3 spot, wearing number 22 out of San Jose State University. Redshirt sophomore. just off the plate, 1-2. Tomorrow night, another 6:30 p.m. start, another 7-inning game. And then an off day on Friday. Panners will take on the Men's League All-Stars on Saturday, and then it's the Ventura County Pirates. Swing and a miss. 1-2-3 first inning for Corey Braun as he K's bowling. And a Goldpanners will come to bat next. No scores. We head to the bottom of the first here in Fairbanks. Don't miss a second of the rest of the home action here in Fairbanks. Only got 2 games left. Tomorrow night, a 7 p.m. first pitch and a Saturday matinee at 2 p.m. Get on down to the ballpark or be sure to join us on Pantervision. 2-1 on Blancato. Swings and misses 2-2. And the crowd loves it. Hockey night in Fairbanks. Two outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Garcia strikes out Blancato. And the Panners clinch the series. They take the first 3 from the Piedmont Pride. And the Goldpanners celebrate victory here at Groudon. 4-2, your final score. They have held the Pride to just 10 hits over the last 2 games, and they have taken the first 3 of this 5-game series. Beautiful Fairbanks, Alaska on a Wednesday night. Great to have you with us. Garo Von Dane with you live as the Goldpanners and Peninsula Oilers from Kenai locking horns here in Game 2 of this 3-game set. They tied last night through 9 innings. So now all season long I have to add a 1 after the Goldpanners record. Panners and Oilers played a lot over the years. Oilers were formed in 1974, Panners back in 1960. And as Dominic Hughes stands in against Max Miller, the right-handed freshman from Baylor. And a strike called on Dom Hughes, second-year Goldpanner from Kansas State. And it's 1-1 to Hughes. Dom yesterday 0 for 3, but was on base a couple of times, stole the bag, scored a run. Also was caught stealing. He's in front here, 2 balls and a strike. The patient hitting Dominic Hughes at the top of the order. They love his speed on the base paths. And it's 3-1 from Miller. After Hughes will be Brock Rudy and then Rafael Flores. Sean Rimmer in the cleanup spot. Matt Pinall will be the DH and bat 5th. Caleb Milliken 6th. Griffin Harrison in the 7th spot, followed by Isaac Shuck and Tate Shamau. And Dom Hughes draws a 5-pitch walk. Leadoff man aboard for the Goldpanners and something for Max Miller to worry about now. Brings up Brock Rudy. Redshirt sophomore from the University of Utah out of the Pac-12. Utes many moons ago were in the WAC, then the Mountain West, and then, of course, jumped up to the Pac-12. Ball and nose strikes, throw to first base, and Hughes staying put for now. Utes winning the Pac-12 title in football last season. Baseball team won a Pac title a few years ago. They're one and only. Upstairs, I'm worried about Hughes, and he's forgetting about the batter Brock Rudy. It's now 3-0, as he has missed with 5 straight pitches. No score, bottom of the first. Goldpanners have the leadoff man aboard. And it's ball for a 4-pitch walk to Rudy. No back-to-back walks have Gold at first and second with nobody out. And that'll bring up Rafael Flores. Flores, the sophomore from Rio Hondo College, went 2 for 3 yesterday. Was on base every single time in 5 plate appearances. RBI single, a double, scored a run, walked twice, and in the 9th reached on an error. Goldpanners missed on multiple opportunities to extend their lead in that game last night, get some insurance. 10 base runners in the last 3 innings and did not score. And it allowed the Oilers an opportunity to tie the game in the 9th. A strike on Rafael Flores, and then he takes ball 1. After 6 straight balls, deals a strike to Flores, and then misses with his second pitch. 2 aboard, nobody out. Takes upstairs. Flores with the pink bat. We'll have to get the background on that. Oilers threw Connor Kershaw last night, and we were told he was not related to Clayton Kershaw, but in fact they are second cousins. Connor went 3 2/3, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits. And here's the 2-1 to Flores. Well up high, it's 3-1. Oh boy, you got Rimmer in the cleanup spot, awaiting a turn in the on-deck circle. And here's the 3-1. And swinging it out in front of it that time was Flores. It's 3-2. The payoff. And swing and a miss. Back-to-back high fastballs. And Flores down on strikes. And that'll bring up Sean Rimmer now. Big first out recorded for Max Miller and the Oilers. And now Rimmer out of Yavapai College, headed to Hawaii. I was looking at a Goldpanner yearbook from the mid-'70s earlier today, and there was a Yavapai player on the roster back then. Going through some of the old Goldpanner records, numbers, former players. The list is long. Well over 200 players have gone to the major leagues. Over 1,200 have been drafted. 125 went drafted in the first round. No summer amateur team is anywhere close to those numbers. Ball and 2 strikes here on Rimmer. Homered last night over the left field fence. And here's the 1-2. The curveball is fouled off. Goldpanners and Oilers, the all-time record. Goldpanners have won 196. The Oilers 154. And now there's one tie. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Good job by Miller to come back and get a couple of strikeouts after putting 2 on with nobody out with walks. And now it'll be Matt Pinal. Pinal, a freshman from Long Beach College. Interesting walk-up song. I like it. 2 2/3 last night on the mound for Pinal. 1 run on 3 base hits. He struck out 5 and didn't walk anybody. Tonight getting a chance to hit from the left side of the plate with 2 on and 2 out. One ball pitch, runners bluff, and the pitch is down and in. And others haven't been looking to steal here this inning so far. Panners were a bit over-aggressive yesterday. Or not over-aggressive, but just had some base-running mistakes. Aggressiveness is fine, but got to be smart about it. The 2-0 fouled off.
That foul ball brought to you by Foundation Health Partners.
Runners at first and second with 2 away. Scoreless bottom of the first inning. And the 2-1 is up high for 3-1 on Pinal. Caleb Milliken is due up. The junior from Pomona Pitzer. Misses for ball 4. Third walk of the inning. Loads the bases. Panners yesterday were just 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
Caleb Milliken.
Starts with a fastball. It's 0-1 on Milliken. Caleb yesterday, good day at the plate. 3 for 4, all singles. Here's a high chop, could be trouble. Charging it is the shortstop Becker, and his throw to first is just in time as Milliken is called out at first. Panners thought they had a run, but called out at first is Milliken, and the inning will come to an end. No runs, no hits. 3 left on, and we'll go to the second. No score from Groudon.
We also do have 50-50 representatives. If you want to purchase a 50 Number 23, Jake Brown.
Top of the second inning from Groud Memorial Park, Fairbanks, Alaska. Garo Von Dane live here on Pannervision. Game 2 of the 2022 summer. And game 2 of this 3-game set with the Peninsula Oilers as the Goldpanners get to take on their old friends from the Alaska Baseball League. And left-hander Corey Braun back out on the hill after a 1-2-3 first inning with a couple of strikeouts. Last night, Ian Torpy was great in the opener. 5 1/3, just 1 run on 4 hits, 7 strikeouts. He did walk 4, and his pitch count got a little high. Otherwise, he could have gone longer. But it's rare to see starters go that long in the first game of the season. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Braun. As he K's Jake Brown, brings up James Shimashita, and then it'll be Casey Burnham in a scoreless second inning. When this ballpark opened in 1961, it was known as Memorial Park. But then in the Good Friday quake of '64 and the tsunami that followed, James Groudon and his 2 sons lost their lives, and this park was named after Groudon. The Panners have played here ever since. They played closer to downtown Fairbanks. If you see 2nd Avenue beyond center field, that will take you right downtown. If you follow it to the right along the Chena River and into downtown Fairbanks. Here's the 2-2, and it hits him on the shoulder. So Shimashita is the first base runner for the Oilers, hit batsman, and brings up Casey Burnham.
Now at the bat for the Oilers, number 4, Casey Burnham.
Much like many cities in Alaska, Fairbanks very unique. It's its own kind of place. It's the 2nd largest city in the state, but far smaller than the largest, which is Anchorage. Anchorage with over 200,000 residents. Fairbanks under 100,000, and half the residents that are here live on military bases. Army and Air Force bases here. A real small town feel. And unique people. It's a really great town is Fairbanks. And they love their Goldpanners. And the 1-2. Chopper towards second. Charging is Milliken, and it'll be scooped. Oh, instead by Flores, who then underhand tosses it wide of the bag, and everybody's safe, and they go to second and third. Now racing over to cover the bag was Braun, and Flores fielded it, but his toss went awry, and now second and third with 1 out without the benefit of a base hit. So the E3 puts runners at second and third. And now Hennings, who had a big day yesterday, has a chance to drive in the first runs of the game. And he does so, putting it through the hole in left. 1 run scores. The next will be stopped at third base. And Noah Hennings wasted no time, saw the first pitch and drove it into the left field grass. An RBI single, and it's 1-0 Oilers. And the Oilers taking advantage of Goldpanner mistakes. Noah Hennings, the junior from Colorado State University in Pueblo, makes it 1-0 Oilers. Hennings yesterday was 3 for 4 with a run and 2 stolen bases. Not a bad start to this series for the Thunderwolf. This one is roped foul.
That foul ball brought to you by Tommy G's.
Pueblo, Colorado, near and dear. It's where I spent my childhood years, and it's where longtime Goldpanner GM Don Dennis considers home. Runner takes off, throw to second base, or considers his hometown. Don now living in the San Diego area, and no doubt kicked back in the easy chair, watching Panavision on the big screen. Hope you're well, Don and Ann, and the rest of the family. Chopped right side. Don Dennis took over the Goldpanners in the 1960s and was in charge until 2011. Oversaw all those national championships and great teams. Two balls and two strikes. Runners at second and third. One run is in for the Oilers. Now second and third, and still just one out. Those free passes always come back to hurt you. Braun retired the first four batters of the game, but then hit a batter. And then an error and a single have the Oilers in business. Grounded over the mound, and a diving stop by the second baseman, Milliken. One run comes in to score, and coming in right behind him to score is another, as Henning scores behind him, and it's 3-0 Oilers. He scored all the way from second base on a diving stop at second by Milliken. Running all the way on the ground ball, and it's 3-0 Oilers. A two-run single for Jerry Nix, and four straight have reached now for Kenai. Oilers are managed by Anthony Mizrahi. Goldpanners are led by Mark Lindsay, second-year coach, first-year head coach with the Goldpanners. Cole Jordan in the 9 spot batting here. And there goes the runner, and it's fouled off.
That foul ball brought to you by the Goldpanners. Strike it rich with the whole family with the Goldpanners.
Toss to first base, runner not going anywhere. Remember to follow the Goldpanners, not only here on Panavision on YouTube. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, too, while you're there. It's right on the YouTube page. And follow the Goldpanners on Twitter and on Facebook. And on Twitter, we always post the link to the broadcast as soon as it's available, and other scores and updates. And then, of course, the old Facebook page and Instagram. There goes the runner again. Swing and a miss. Throw to second base. Ball is there. Tag is down. And out at second base is Nix. Caught stealing by Isaac Shuck. Second out of the inning, and it's 2-2 on Jordan. Took off a couple of times on the left-handed pitcher, Corey Braun. Wore the hoodie tonight. It was chilly here last night just because of the wind and being in the shade. It's beautiful in the sun. Swing and a miss, and the strikeout of Jordan ends the second inning, but the Oilers score 3 times on 2 base hits. They lead it 3-0 after 1.5. Garo Von Dane with you here live. It's so good to be back at Fairbanks. Man, this town is great, and it's so fun to be around the Goldpanners. And the Panners find themselves trailing here 3-0 to the Oilers as we go to the bottom of the second inning. And it'll be up to Griffin Harrison to get something started. He'll be followed by Isaac Shuck and Tate Shamau. Griffin Harrison, Goldpanner third baseman out of Sacramento State. And we ended last season in the Sacramento area at the West Coast World Series. Man, it was hot there. Unbelievably hot and smoky from the fires. Popped up and out of play this year. The Goldpanners will conclude the season
That foul ball brought to you by the Glass Doctor.
in Salt Lake City against the Utah Marshals. Well, in the tournament hosted by the Utah Marshals. Upstairs for ball, it's 1-2. Utah Marshals are named after Marshall Goldberg, charitable organization and also a really good baseball program. They are loaded with almost exclusively D1 commits out of high school. They came up here last summer, and it was a great series with the Goldpanners and Marshals. Goldpanners won this series, but great battles every night. A lot of talent on that team. And the Marshals had such a good time up here. They want to come back, and they invited the Goldpanners down for that tournament. It's going to be fun to be back in old Salt Lake City. Three-two pitch. Pop back and out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by the Gold Daughters. Become a professional gold digger with the Gold Daughters.
Hit high into center field, and underneath it is Burnham. Barely had to move, and he will make the catch for out number 1 to retire Harrison. Will bring up Isaac Shuck. Salt Lake City, man oh man, has that place grown, like many places over the last couple of decades. Salt Lake Valley is humongous now, and highly populated. Pretty quiet little town when I went to school there. Wish I would have bought a few properties when I graduated. Like some of my friends did. Ball and no strikes here on Isaac Shuck. First Goldpanner at bat for the junior from Francis Marion out of Reno, Nevada. Check swing. It's a strike called. It's 2-1 on Shuck, the Goldpanner catcher from Max Miller. Miller walked 3 in the first inning, but the Goldpanners could not get the big base hit. And the curveball in for a strike. It's 2-2. Ooh, almost. And it did hit him. Got him on the sleeve. That slider comes inside, so Shuck is on base. And the Goldpanners have a one-out base runner for Tate Shamau. Shamau's first Goldpanner at bat. The freshman from Southern Cal.
Number 6, Tate Shamau.
He will be at Southern Cal, a recent high school graduate. Takes one on the inside corner for a strike. Head coach Mark Lindsay in the third base box. Jake Taylor over at first. Assistant coach. Another assistant, Marcus Mastroboni. Is out in the pen. Off the fists, this one's slicing towards right fielder Hennings, who will make the catch for out number 2. Shamau retired, and we go to the top of the order for sophomore from Kansas State. Tough year for the Wildcats this year. He starts in front here, 2 balls and no strikes. After Hughes would be Brock Rudy. Coach Mark Lindsay is real happy with what he sees so far when it comes to the bats. This Goldpanner team always takes a few games for everyone to adjust to the wood bats. And playing baseball in Alaska after having a few weeks off at the end of their college seasons or high school seasons. Taken all the way, it's 3-1. Again, this is a 7-inning game. Tonight's 7th inning stretch will be in the 5th inning. Check swing, and it's ball 4, but on the appeal, Dwayne Clements over at third says he swung at it. So Hughes will head back to the plate. And it'll be a 3-2 count. There is a left-hander getting loose in the Goldpanner bullpen. Foul tip into the glove for strike 3. Panners leave one on no base hits. We'll go to the third. It's 3-0 Oilers. Top of the third inning here from Groudon Park, Fairbanks, Alaska. Garrow Von Dane here in the press box, and a new pitcher for the Goldpanners, and it's number 37, Ethan Remmers. Ethan Remmers, the freshman from San Francisco State, big 6'4", 235-pound left-hander out of Rockland, California. We'll work to the top of the order, Trey Becker, who struck out looking in the first inning. And it's 3-0 Oilers. Top of the third of the 7-inning game. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Corey Braun goes 2 innings, 3 runs, 1 earned on 2 base hits. He walked none and struck out 4 in his Goldpanner debut. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Trey Becker.
Fatality.
To open up the third inning, that'll bring up Shun Sakaino. With 1 out in the second inning, the Oilers' James Shimashita was hit by a pitch. That was followed by an error, and then back-to-back singles, and it was 3-0 Oilers. And this bunt is hit sharply right back to the mound, and an underhand toss from Remmers to Flores, and that's the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Dalton Bowling, who struck out looking in the first inning.
Now at the bat for the Oilers, number 22, Dalton Bowling.
And the left-hander deals a fastball for a swing and a miss. Bowling struck out swinging his first plate appearance. Infielder from San Jose State takes ball one low. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2 so far here this summer. Whatever fires are burning in the state of Alaska have not affected us here in Fairbanks so far. Last check, I believe there were 130 different fires burning. And boy, in recent years, we've had some bad, smoky summers. And our friends on the West Coast know all about that too well. Grounded foul, third base side.
That foul ball brought to you by Hometown Physical Therapy.
Finish him.
Last night, the tying run came on a weird grounder towards third from the Oilers. That from up here, we wondered if it was foul because it was fielded well in foul territory and not far from the third base bag. Had a lot of English on it. I asked Goldpanner head coach Mark Lindsay about it. He said, hey, third base umpire is right on the line behind the play. It's not a play you can argue, not a call you can argue. And the Goldpanner third baseman didn't put up much of a fight about it, so it was Mark Lindsay's assumption that it was probably a fair ball. Strikeout and a 1-2-3 third for Ethan Remmers. But it's 3-0 Oilers after 2.5.
Once again, fans.
Brock Rudy will lead off for Fairbanks as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Remember, this one's a 7-inning game tonight, as will tomorrow's game. And the first pitch to Rudy is fouled high, and it's headed for the Goldpanner bullpen up the left field side.
That ball brought to you by the Gold Daughters. The Gold Daughters this summer
Beyond the left field fence is 2nd Avenue, and across the street is the Fairbanks Curling Club. It's been there for a long, long time, and it figures into stories, some true, some not, about Goldpanner hitters over the years, and who did hit the curling club, who did put it on the roof of the curling club. And as far as we understand, only one player has ever put it on the roof during a game. That was a long, long time ago. Last year, Ryan Pierce came close a few times to hitting the curling club. Goldpanner slugger. Just some serious raw power. Three and one here on Rudy, leading off the bottom of the third. And it's ball four. That is the fourth walk issued by Max Miller. He's also hit a batter. The Panners have yet to pick up a base hit. And now a visit to the mound. There has been activity in the Oilers' pen for a little while, so this could be it for Max Miller. The on-deck hitter is Rafael Flores, a right-hander. And that's it. So Max Miller's out of the game. We'll have a pitching change here at Groudon coming up. We'll give you the details when we return. It's 3-0 Oilers, bottom of the third. Go to work against Abraham Mao. And this is a little spinner off the fists, and it's going to be next to the second base, and the throw home and out on the force out. The runner slides into David Martin, but David looks to be all right. Terrell tried to score, and so he helped up David Martin. Runner takes off from first. Here's the throw to second. Hogan's got it, gets the tag down in time. Throw came to the third base side, but Caden Hogan, a quick tag. High fly ball into center field, and Hughes will reach up and make the catch. A 1-2-3-8 for Carson Gross. That's right, Carson Gross. Head to the bottom of the eighth. It's 11-1 Goldpanners. High fly ball.
Now to bat for your Goldpanners, number 21, Rafael Flores.
New pitcher for the Oilers is number 19, Thomas Ringer. Thomas Ringer, the right-hander from Southwestern College, freshman. And he will face Rafael Flores. Gold at first base, nobody out. Bottom of the third, Panners trailing 3-0, still looking for their first base hit of the game. So Max Miller, 2+. Book still open on him. He's responsible for the runner at first. Did not give up a base hit, but he walked 4, hit a batter, and also struck out 3. Nothing in 2. As Ringer jumps ahead of Flores, who struck out swinging in the first. Talked about it a little bit yesterday. Cool for the Oilers to make the trip to Fairbanks. and get to see a large part of the state that the teams in the ABL don't get to see. Runner takes off on a pitch down low. Throw was on the money, but the sliding Rudy knocked the ball out of the glove of second baseman Sakaino. So safe at second base on the delayed steal. The 1-2 to Flores. The off-speed pitch misses. It's 2-2. Runner in scoring position, and a chopper that will go foul third base side. That one misses inside, so it's now 3-2. Flores and then Sean Rimmer. Three balls and two strikes. Flores swings and grounds one to short. Becker up and throwing. It's in the dirt, but a good pick at first by Shimashita. They'll get the out at first base. Going to third is Rudy. So Flores out on the 6-3 putout, brings up Rimmer. Rimmer a strikeout in the first inning. Sean now is 1 for 6 with a home run and 4 strikeouts. He also popped up to short yesterday. And he takes a pitch upstairs for ball one. Gold at third base. Penner's trying to get on the board. Swing and a miss, it's 1-1. Oilers with 3 runs on 2 hits. Goldpanners no runs, no hits. And 1 costly error. Pop back and out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by the Goldpanners. I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but maybe she will be after a day at the Goldpanners learning how to gold pan. The 1-2. Misses inside. It's ball 2. After Rimmer is Matt Pinal, the designated hitter in the 5 spot. Goldpanners trying to find a way to scratch one across. Panners have not scored a run since the 3rd inning last night. It was Rimmer's 2-run home run. And he walks here. And now Gold at the corners for Matthew Pinal, who walked in his first plate appearance. Mariachi music is the walk-up music for Matthew Pinal.
makes me want tacos.
Right?
Gold at the corners.
Oh, that would have been ours.
NFL ball
And it
brought
came
to you by
back here to the press box, but just to our left.
Carrying all types of windows, specializing in car windows.
There is just one out in the inning. The Panners trying to get that 0 off the board, and it's called a strike, so 0-2 on Pinal with Milliken on deck. Ooh, called strike 3. So working that far outside corner is Ringer. And he gets Pinal to strike out. And now the Goldpanners, with 2 outs, will put their hopes in Caleb Milliken. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1 to the Goldpanners second baseman Milliken, a junior out of Berkeley, California. Harrison on deck. Should Milliken extend this inning? Panners trying to get on the board. They've got runners at the corners with 2 outs. That are now 1 for 14 in the series with runners in scoring position. Outside for a ball. So it's 3-1 now on Milliken. As the wind continues to howl here in Fairbanks. Flags are stiff in from center field. And the 3-1 delivery is on the inside corner for a strike. It's 3-2. Well, payoff pitch coming to Caleb Milliken. And a 3-for-4 night yesterday. 0 for 1 so far today. And here's the 3-2. And it's hit into shallow left center field, and on a full speed running, sliding catch, Casey Burnham makes the play and robs the Goldpanners of runs. It's 3-0 Oilers through 3. Hey, like had a great year.
Really?
Yeah. Goldpanners and Oilers as we move to the fourth inning of this 7-inning contest. Game 2 of this summer season. And game 2 of this 3-game set between the old ABL rivals, Goldpanners and Oilers. Second inning of work for the Goldpanner left-hander. Ethan Remmers, freshman from San Francisco State. Starts with 2 balls and no strikes to Jake Brown. After Brown is Shimashita and then Burnham. 4, 5, and 6 spots in the Oilers' batting order. Oilers picking up all 3 runs in the second inning. 1 of those runs earned. And both Oiler hits came in that inning. Goldpanners still looking for their first hit of the game. Hit down the right field line and on the move towards the line, making a catch at his knee, is the right fielder Rimmer. And Brown retired for out number 1, brings up Shimoshita, who was hit by a pitch to start that 3-run rally in the second inning.
James Shimoshita.
Shimashita from San Jose State University. Left-handed hitting outfielder and pitcher. And today he's at first base. The 1-ball pitch is inside 2-0. Incidentally, we did find out that Oilers pitcher Mose Hayes is, in fact, named after Mose Allison. That might only be exciting for me, but pretty cool. I'm all in favor of naming your children after famous musicians. Or just great musicians. And it's ball 4 as Shimashita reaches first base with a free pass for the second time in the game. So a 1-out base runner for the Oilers. And that brings up Casey Burnham, who reached on an error and scored in that second inning. Oilers looking to add on to this 3-run lead. And that one's thrown in the dirt, so an easy trip to second base for Shimashita on the wild pitch. As Remmers looks at his fingers after throwing that one well in front of the plate. And now he and his catcher talk things over momentarily. Isaac Shuck behind the dish for the Goldpanners today. The Oilers have 3 catchers on the roster: Flores, Shuck, and Rudy. Flores expected to be the go-to guy. He played last night behind the dish. Tonight at first base, and that one hits the batter Burnham. So a walk and a hit batsman, and the Oilers now with 2 aboard and 1 out here in the 4th inning. And here comes head coach Mark Lindsay, and let's see what he elects to do here. Might just want to check on Ethan because he was looking at his hand after threw that pitch earlier, and just settle him down. He's got a hand on his shoulder right now. Mark Lindsay with the pitching background. He's the pitching coach at Chico State in California. who was a pitching coach for the Goldpanners here last year, now the skipper.
Now to bat for the Oilers, the designated hitter, number 24, Noah Hennings.
He has a quick chat with Remmers, and now Ethan will work to Noah Hennings, who has been a very difficult out in this series. Singled and scored his first time up. He's 4 for 5 in this series and chops this one foul. He has 4 of the Oilers' 9 hits. It's 0-1 with 2 aboard and 1 out. Grounded towards first, and it's swallowed up there by Flores. He will step on the bag to get the force out. And as the second out of the inning, as Hennings is finally retired. The runners move up 90 feet, so second and third with 2 outs for Jerry Nix. The wind's still wreaking havoc here. Jerry Nix with the big 2-run single in the second inning. Threw out a couple of runners yesterday when he came in to catch midway through the game. He got the starting duties tonight behind the dish, and now tries to drive in some more Oiler runs. A base hit would almost certainly score 2. Jordan is on deck. Here's the 2-0. And it misses 3-0, so you can afford to be a little bit careful here with first base open. And the 9 spot due up. Jordan went 0 for 4 at the top of the order yesterday. He's 0 for 1 today out of the 9 spot and a 4-pitch walk to Nix. So they pitch around Nix, and now it'll be Cole Jordan. So 3 free passes have loaded the bases.
Cole Jordan.
And now it's Cole Jordan, who struck out swinging in the second inning. The sophomore from Utah Valley University. Skipped in the dirt, but a good stop by Shuck. Yeah, this wind, it's like we're playing at Wrigley. Blowing in. And this one is fouled towards the Goldpanner bullpen.
Brought to you by the Gold Daughters. There's still gold in Dar.
Remmers trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Oilers on every base. And a 1-2 count on Jordan. This is outside. It's 2-2. Trey Becker is on deck. But there's nowhere to put Jordan here. Swung on, and a jumping catch by the second baseman Milliken, and that will retire the Oilers and strand the bases full. But the Oilers have a 3-0 lead through 3.5.
Now the back for your Goldpanners, number 12, Griffin Harrison.
Panners looking to get on the board here in the fourth inning as they trail the Oilers 3-0. And it'll be Griffin Harrison, Isaac Shuck, and Tate Shamau. 7, 8, 9 spots in the Panner batting order. 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Oilers, no runs, no hits, 1 error for the Goldpanners. Ethan Remmers did a good job pitching out of a jam that he got himself into in the top of the fourth with a couple of walks and a hit batsman. And he got Cole Jordan to line out to second to end the threat. Keep the Goldpanners in this one. Midway through the game, because this one's scheduled for 7. Panners have gone 9 innings without scoring a run. We'll try to change that here in the fourth. Harrison popped out to center his first time up. And this is his first at bat against Thomas Ringer, the right-hander from Southwestern College. Off the hands, and this will be foul back and out of play.
Brought to you by the Glass Doctor.
It is cold here in the press box. It is super windy. Shorts were a bad choice. 3-2 pitch is popped back and out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by the Gold Daughters. Visit the Gold Daughters in Fox. Open daily 10 to 6, all summer long.
And that one hits him between the shoulder blades, a breaking ball on a 3-2 pitch. And the leadoff man aboard for the Goldpanners as Griffin Harrison wears one. And that'll bring up Shuck, who himself was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Goldpanners, we talked about missed opportunities last night, had 10 base runners in the last 3 innings, did not score. Panners now with 7 base runners tonight in the first 3+ and are still looking to score. Isaac Shuck, the junior from Francis Marion. Wearing number 17, takes ball 1 from Ringer. Max Miller, 2+, no runs, no hits, but he walked 4 and struck out 3. Strike called, it's 1-1. Panner head coach Mark Lindsay in the third base box, giving signs. Foul back to the netting.
That foul ball brought to you by Hometown Physical Therapy.
A long game last night, too. Despite just 6 runs in a 9-inning game, game was over 3 hours in length. Tonight's game shaping up to be a long one, too, but it's only a 7-inning game. This is 2-2 and loses his hat in the process, does Ringer. Isaac Shuck and then Tate Shamau. And the 2-2, and he swings through it for strike 3. Second strikeout for Ringer. Brings up Tate Shamau, who flew out to right in his first at bat. Wearing number 6 was Chase Rodriguez, who wore that number last year from Dixie State. Goldpanners have a Dixie State player this year in Caden Clark. This one is hit into right field and on the move towards the line, reaching up and making the catch is Hennings. And that is out number 2. Nothing routine in the outfield today with these wins. And here's Dominic Hughes. Panners really have not hit anything hard here tonight. Still the first time through the order for Ringer. And he takes a strike. Top of the order for the Goldpanners. Brock Rudy to follow should Hughes extend this inning. Well inside as Hughes dances out of the way of it. Grounded foul. It's 1-2. Hughes almost with a huge base hit last night. In the 8th inning, Goldpanners had the bases loaded, and Hughes ripped one down the third base line that was snagged for out number 3. Would have scored at least 2. And this one's hit off the end of the bat towards left, but it slices right at the left fielder Jordan, who makes the catch. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on. We've played 4. It's 3-0 Oilers. New pitcher for the Goldpanners as we go to the 5th inning, and it's Cole Alexander. Alexander, 6'6" left-hander, 6'6". Sophomore from Hawaii out of Georgetown, Texas. Panners trailing 3-0 here in the top of the 5th. It's a ball and a strike to the top of the order, Trey Becker. Will be followed by Sakino and Bowling. Third pitcher of the game for Fairbanks after Braun and Remmers. Braun and Remmers each went 2. 3 runs, 1 earned for Braun. For Remmers, no runs, no hits, couple of walks, 2 strikeouts. And this one's fouled off into the Oiler bullpen. It'll go to 3-2 now on Trey Becker, who's 0 for 2 today after a big game last night. And it's ball 4, so he walks the leadoff spot. And Becker is on with the base on balls. It's the 5th inning of a 7-inning game, so the 7th inning stretch will be in the middle of the 5th inning tonight. And don't miss that. If you missed our game yesterday, we don't do Take Me Out to the Ball game here. It's a different Goldpanner tradition. Alexander with the 1-ball pitch, and it's in for a strike. Well, it's kind of the top 4 in the batting order for the Oilers tonight are 0 for 8, 0 for 8 combined with a walk and 4 strikeouts. Throw to first, and it's high, and it goes all the way to the fence. On his way to second and now going to third, and he'll get there as Becker. Oh, boy. So a walk and an E1. And the Oilers have a runner at third base with nobody out here in the 5th inning. Panners have walked 3 in the game. They've hit a batter and have now committed 2 errors. And it's up and in on Sakino. Panner batters have walked 5 times. 2 have been hit by pitches, but no base hits. Foul back to the netting. It's 3-2. After Sakino is bowling. Three-two pitch is fouled outside the third base bag.
By the Goldpanners. Learn how to pan and stay all day.
One hopper back to the mound. Alexander will look the runner back to third, throw to first base. It takes care of Sakino on the 1-3 putout. It's a big first out here in the 5th. It brings up Dalton Bowling, who has struck out swinging both times so far in the game. Oilers have a cool little park down in Kenai, Coral Seymour Memorial Park. The reserved seats there are old seats from Oakland Coliseum. A nice little setting in the woods in small town Kenai, Alaska on the coast. Sort of a collection of small towns, Kenai and Soldotna and Nikiski. Doesn't get real hot there in the summer. And here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Few places have the temperature swings from season to season that Fairbanks has, where it can get minus 50 in the wintertime and 90 in the summertime. That one's in the dirt, stopped though by Shuck. Three balls and two strikes. One out, a runner at third base. The Oilers leading 3-0 here in the top of the fifth. And it's ball four. Misses up high to Bowling. And so 2 walks in the inning and an error. And runners at the corner. This has not been a thing of beauty here so far tonight. There have been 16 total base runners in the game and just 2 base hits. And we're in the 5th inning. And the 1-strike pitch is outside to Brown. Brown is 0 for 2 in the game. The only base hits tonight belong to Noah Hennings and Jerry Nix, each with a single, and they got them back-to-back in the 2nd inning. Off the end of the bat, 1-2.
That foul ball brought to you by Hometown Physical Therapy.
After Brown is Shimashita. There is a right-hander starting to get loose for the Goldpanners. Down low, 2-2. And this crowd is pretty quiet. And it's grounded right side. Softly throw to second base for 1. The run will score. Play goes 4-6 on the putout of Bowling, but Becker comes in to score. Brown reaches on the fielder's choice. He does get the RBI for driving in Becker. And the Oilers pick up a big run. It's now 4-0 here in the 5th. 2 outs for Shimashita, who was hit by a pitch and walked. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be Rudy, Flores, and Rimmer. Due up for the Goldpanners, 2, 3, and 4 spots in the batting order. Throw to second base, not in time, and a stolen bag for Jake Brown. And a frustrated crowd voicing their opinion. This one's grounded to short. Shamau will play it across the diamond. And the 6-3 putout ends the top of the 5th. It's stretch time. Keep it right here, Fairbanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, since this is a 7-inning game, and we are in the middle of the 5th inning, it's time to stretch your legs. Stand up. We all know we've been sitting in this cold, windy day. Get out your kazoos for the Fairbanks tradition of playing Happy Boy.
I was walking on the street on a sunny day. I feeling in my bones as I have my way. Well, I'm a happy boy. Well, I'm a happy boy. Oh, it is good when things are going your way. Hey, hey. My little dog Spot got hit by a put his guts in a box and put him in a drawer. Well, I'm a happy boy. Well, I'm a happy boy. Oh, it is good when things are going your way. Hey, hey. Forgot all about it for a month and a half. I looked in the drawer and started to laugh. Cause I'm a happy boy. Oh, a happy boy. Oh, ain't it good when things are going your way? Hey, hey.
Good job, baseball fans. There are kazoos available for purchase down at the souvenir shop behind the backstop. There's also plenty of t-shirts, hats, jerseys, you name it, they'll probably have it over there. Down to that for your goaltenders, number 29, Brock Rudy.
Brock Rudy will lead off for the Goldpanners, bottom of the 5th inning. Happy Boy makes his nightly appearance here at Groudon for the 7th inning stretch, and tonight the 5th inning stretch. Goldpanners need to get some runs. Need to get some hits, looking for their first of the game here in the bottom of the 5th, and now trailing 4-0 as the Oilers pick up another in the top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss. 3 of the 4 Oilers runs unearned tonight. It has not been the Panners' night so far. But still 3 innings to work with. And this one is hit high into left field by Rudy, and it'll be caught by Cole Jordan out in left. So Rudy is out number 1, brings up Rafael Flores, and then Sean Rimmer. A windy, sunny night here in Fairbanks.
Rafael Flores.
Flores 0 for 2 on the night. The 3rd inning of work for Thomas Ringer, the right-hander for the Oilers. Starts with a ball and a strike to Flores, who struck out swinging in the 1st, grounded out to short in the 3rd inning. Called a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Panners with 7 base runners tonight have not scored, and a swing and a miss. Strikeout of Flores. Brings up Sean Rimmer with 2 away. Well, Sean can get things going with 1 swing of the bat, as we saw last night. Goldpanners debuted these jerseys in 2014. 14 at the Midnight Sun game. Starting pitcher was Alex Vesia, who's now with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Midnight Sun game coming up in under 2 weeks, June 21st, 10 p.m. start against the San Diego Waves. And this one is hit high over the left field fence, and it's gone. Rimmer does it again. Home runs in back-to-back nights. He hits the tree over the sourdough transfer sign beyond the left field fence. A solo home run. The Panners get their first hit and first run of this ball game. The Panners are on the board. It's a 4-1 game. Let's see if that sparks the offense a little bit.
After that, for your Goldpanners, number 4, Matthew Kenai.
GM John Lorke corrected me. That was 2017 when the blue jerseys debuted. Matt Pinal 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Grounded up the middle, and a diving stop by Becker. He gets up to throw, but he's not going to be able to get Pinal, so Pinal gets an infield hit, and it's the Goldpanners' second hit of the inning. And now Caleb Milliken will look to move the runner over and start to build on something here in the 5th inning. Oh, happy boys sparking some offense here in the 5th. Caleb Milliken's 0 for 2. Left-handed hitter against the righty ringer. And he hits this one to the right side. It's fielded by the first baseman Shimashito. Throw to second base and safe. So the error allows Pinal to get to second base. Milliken reaches on the fielder's choice, and 2 aboard.
Now to that for your Goldpanners, number 12, Griffin Harrison.
For Griffin Harrison, whose 0 for 1 was hit by a pitch. So 1 out, 2 on, 1 run is in. No time like the present to get the bats going. First pitch is inside to Harrison. Shuck moves to the on-deck circle. And he swings and pops it up in the infield. Shimashito. And he will make the catch. Looking up into that stiff breeze, and that is out number 3. So Goldpanners will have to settle for 1 on the solo home run for Sean Rimmer, his second of the year. It's 4-1 Oilers through 5. New pitcher into the game for the Goldpanners as we head to inning number 6. And it's the 6'1" senior from West Point, Logan Smith. He's now at Fort Wainwright here in Fairbanks. And Logan Smith is still involved in his military service, but has now been transferred to Fort Wainwright and wanted to keep playing baseball. Yeah, that's a great situation for him and the Goldpanners to have a local arm. And the 2-1 pitch misses for ball 3. It's 3-1 as Smith works 2. Casey Burnham, then Noah Hennings and Jerry Nix. It's a 4-1 Oilers lead here in the top of the 6th. Goldpanners finally pick up a run in the 5th inning on the solo home run from Rimmer. And a 5-pitch walk to Burnham opens up the 6th inning. Noah Hennings 1 for 2 tonight, and that pitch is wild and goes to the backstop. And that allows Burnham to go to second base. It is a subdued night here in Fairbanks. Crowd, though, has not had a whole lot to get up on their feet about. Panners didn't get their first hit until the bottom of the 5th inning. And there's just been a lot of walks, free passes, and not a whole lot of hits. 4 total hits in the game. And everyone's wrapped up in blankets and jackets. There's cold wind whipping through here all night, and a fastball hits the batter Hennings, and that one hurt him.
That hit by pitch brought to you by Satterberg Law Office.
And 2 aboard for the Oilers and nobody out. Maybe it's not the worst thing in the world we're playing 7 innings tonight.
After that for the Oilers, number 12, Jerry Nix.
9 free passes have been issued to Oilers batters tonight. Walks, hit batsmen, and errors. 9. And we're in the top of the 6th. Panners have had 7 free passes. Chopper over the mound, fielded behind the second base bag, and the throw to first. And a nice play from Caleb Milliken, and he throws out Jerry Nix for the first out of the inning. It's one of those nights where it's just pretty exciting when the ball's put in play.
Now up to bat for the Peninsula Oilers is number 14, Jacob Shaver.
Pinch hitter for the Oilers here, it's Jacob Shaver, sophomore from Arizona. So Jacob Shaver batting for Cole Jordan in the 9 spot. Jordan ends an 0 for 2 night. And it's 0-1 on Shaver with a runner at third base. And 2 away. Strike 3 called. Now, good job by Logan Smith and his infielders getting out of the jam. We played 5.5. It's 4-1 Oilers in front.
I say, shot.
4-1 lead for the Oilers as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Panners finally broke the scoring drought in the 5th inning. Solo home run for Sean Rimmer. Also a single for Matt Pennall. Now look to build on that here in the 6th inning. Got 6 outs left to work with. And trailing by 3 runs. 4-1 Oilers lead. And it's Shuck, Shamau, and Hughes due up here for Fairbanks. In the bottom of inning number 6. And a cool windy night here at Fairbanks. And the 2-1 delivery from the new pitcher for the Oilers, Shane Carey. Misses for 3-1. Shane Carey, the right-hander from Cal State Northridge, redshirt sophomore. Fastball in for a strike. It's 3-2. Shuck is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Was hit by a pitch. Tomorrow night's game will start at 6:30. The finale of this 3-game series. Panners took 2 out of 3 from Kenai a year ago down on the peninsula, and it's ball 4. The leadoff man aboard for the Goldpanners as Shuck reaches safely.
Now to bat for your Goldpanners, number 6, Tate Shamau.
And now Tate Shamau. Shamau takes a strike. Carey, the third pitcher of the game for the Oilers. Ringer goes 3. Gives up 1 run on 2 base hits. Struck out 3 and walked 1, also hit a batter. This one is rolled towards second base. Throw to second for 1, on to first, not in time there, but they get the force out at second. They had 1 away here for the Goldpanners in the bottom of the 6th. 4-6 put out of Shuck. And that'll bring up Dominic Hughes. This windy, cold night brings back memories of 3 seasons ago when it was freezing up here in June, in early June. Our good friend Rodney had brought me beaver mitts to wear up here during the broadcast. There were some cold games in June. Don't need those mitts today, but I wouldn't turn them away if they were here. Grounded right side. Another throw to second base, and it gets through the legs of the shortstop Becker, and everybody's going to be safe. They weren't going to be able to turn 2, but they should have had the force out at second. And instead now, the Panners have something cooking here in the 6th inning. Shamau is safe at first. Hughes safe at second.
Rudy.
And Brock Rudy with an opportunity now to draw the Goldpanners closer. He has walked twice in the game and stole a bag. He's 0 for 1 officially. And the Salt Lake City native takes a strike. Way inside, it goes to the backstop. Both runners advance, so now a base hit likely scores you 2 and gets you to within 1. Brock Rudy with a 1-1 count now against Shane Corey, or Shane Carey rather. And the 2-1 delivery. Thought about it, held up on a pitch inside. It's 3-1. After Rudy is Flores. Flores is 0 for 3 tonight. Panners trying to rally here in the 6th inning. And the 3-1 is chopped foul. It'll go 3-2.
That foul ball brought to you by Foundation Health Partners.
The right-hander Carey sets and readies with the payoff pitch. And it's a chopper up the middle. This will score 1. And the throw to first, and a good play to get the out at first base from Becker. But the Panners make it 4-2. As Shamau comes in to score. Hughes winds up at third base. Oilers will take that trade. They'll trade that run for the out.
For your goaltenders, number 21, Rafael Flores.
And now Flores could draw the Goldpanners within one, but he pops it up and it's playable for first baseman Shimashita. A step in foul territory, and he makes the catch for a huge out number 2. As Flores is retired on one pitch, and that'll bring up, or that's rather the end of the inning. So Goldpanners down 2 as we head to the 7th and final inning here in Fairbanks. Ball and a strike, 1 out. David Martin, the batter, with a runner at third in this tie game, bottom of the third. And Martin pops this one, and he's just going to bloop it into shallow left. An RBI single for Martin brings in Glasgow, and the Panthers are back on top 3-2, and that'll bring up Bobby Brown with 1 out here in the third. So he was Goldpanners hosting the Everett Merchants here tonight. First pitch slated for 10 p.m. sharp, and we will play right through the hour of midnight. Under the natural glow of the midnight sun. And everything we were able to do in those summers. As this one is popped, and a diving catch and right by Glasgow.
And, you know, and I think just Alaska in general, you can't fake it up here. You know, I mean, it's really not for the faint of heart.
He did a somersault. And win or lose. Seventh and final inning here tonight, and the Goldpanners trailing by 2. It's a 4-2 Oilers lead. Kenai picked up 3 in the second inning. Added 1 in the 5th. Goldpanners finally got on the board in the bottom of the 5th. Solo home run for Rimmer. Got another run in the bottom of the 6th. And now we go to the 7th. Logan Smith with his second inning of work for the Goldpanners. Garo Von Dane here at Groudon. One more for you against the Oilers tomorrow night, 6:30. That'll also be a 7-inning game. And then off on Friday, the Men's League All-Stars Saturday at 7 p.m. local time. Then the Ventura County Pirates come to town. This one's a slow roller towards third. Harrison up, throwing, and it's skips in the dirt, and it looked like the sunlight might have got in the eyes of Flores too as he was trying to pick that one out of the dirt. And safe at first base is Trey Becker. And that'll bring up Shun Sakaino, or their second baseman is 0 for 3 in the game from the 2-hole. Well outside for ball 1. Chopper out of the reach. And the throw to second base. Oh, and he's called safe at second. Boy, the ball was chopped back towards the mound. Smith reached for it, didn't get to it. They threw to first, didn't get the out there. Threw to second as the runner was turning second. And the tag was down from Milliken. At least it looked like it here. Umpire called him safe. Head coach Mark Lindsay out for a quick word with umpire Brian Loth. And now returns to the dugout. And 2 on. With nobody out here in the 7th inning. Obviously, Panthers can't afford to give up more runs here in the top of the 7th when the offense has been really slow to get started this season. Strike called, so Logan Smith has his work cut out for him here. 6'1" right-hander, based at Fort Wainwright, which is beyond the right field fence, out of our view, but it's right back there, trust us. The 1-2, way inside, 2-2. Dalton Bowling. A couple of strikeouts and a walk so far in the game. And the 2-2 is called strike 3. Second strikeout for Logan Smith. And that brings up Jake Brown. First out here in the 7th inning. Goldpanners could use a double play ball here. Brown is 0 for 3 from the cleanup spot. Right-handed hitter against the righty Logan Smith. Takes a strike, it's 0-1. Jake Brown, the freshman from Cal Baptist. Fouled back and out of play.
That ball brought to you by the Glass Doctor. Glass Doctor, we fix your pains.
The 0-2 pitch, and it hits him. Oh, man, on an 0-2 pitch. He bails out Jake Brown.
Well-renowned lawyer who has been in Fairbanks for many years.
Man, the free passes tonight. And now the bases are loaded.
Now the bat for the Oilers, number 8, James.
With just 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning, Oilers love to get a little more insurance. We lead it by 2, but would like to put this one away. A strike called on Shimashita. This one is chopped over the mound. A flip to second. That's the only one they're going to get. Throw to third. Runner is going to try and score again here. As 1 run came in. Now the throw back hits the runner. And he's safe at third. So they had him in the rundown, and they don't get him out. No, it's 5-2 Oilers. And Sakino is safe at third.
Out the bat for the Oilers, number 4, Casey
Becker
Brown.
scores, and runners at second and third with 2 outs. (5-2) Kenai in front now. That's a big run. Grounded, diving stop at third. Getting up is Harrison. He throws, and it's in time at first base. What a play from Griffin Harrison to get the final out of the inning. Last chance for the Goldpanners. When we come back, it's 5-2 Oilers. Everybody just brings a great memory away from the Midnight Sun game. That 83 team that I mentioned that had 14 major leaguers, some of those names, Barry Bonds, Dennis Cook, longtime big league pitcher, Joe McGrain. The outfield, all major leaguers, Shane Mack, Oddibe McDowell, Mark Davis. Barry Bonds played first base. This one's fouled back just beneath us.
The WG and Eddie Stroker Midnight Sun game has taken on a significance greater than that of any other team tradition in sports. There is certainly no other team in baseball that hosts a tradition as old. The famed World Series itself is but 3 years older than the annual Solstice Classic in Fairbanks. For Fairbanksans, the game is a way to reflect on the passing of another year and the survival of another exciting and extreme winter.
And that's how we do it in Fairbanks.
Here we go, Panners trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Sean Rimmer will try and get something started here for Fairbanks. And he hits one into left field for a base hit. And this one's going to keep rolling. It's going to go all the way to the track. And Rimmer's going to lead off with a double here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Second hit of the night for Sean. That's how the bottom of the 7th gets started. Oilers pick up an insurance run in the top of the 7th to take a 5-2 lead. And now Matt Peninsula will look to keep things going. Peninsula 1 for 2 with an infield hit, strikeout and a walk. This is his first plate appearance against Shane Carey, the right-hander from Northridge. Fastball is fouled off. It's 1-1. Garrow Vondane here in Fairbanks. Bottom of the 7th and final inning. Here in Game 2. Last night we tied 3-3. Chopped foul. Not sure when the last time was the Panners were winless in their first 2 at home during a season to start the season. Hasn't happened much, that's for sure. Two and 2 on Peninsula. Swings and misses on high heat. Strikeout for the first out here in the 7th inning. We'll bring up Caleb Milliken, 1 away. And Rimmer at second base. Don't look for him to be taking off.
Your Goldpanners, number 9, Caleb Milliken.
The Panners trailing by 3.
Working on a weekend like usual. Way out in the deep end like usual.
0 for 3 nights so far for Caleb out of Pomona Pitzer. And he bloops this one up, foul territory, third base side, and the wind's going to carry that one away from Bowling.
The
Oilers' third baseman.
Physical therapy, where they will make you run. for physical therapy.
Runner at second base with one out and a one-strike pitch. Coming to Milliken, and he pops this one out of play. It'll be 0-2.
That foul ball brought to you by the Goldpanners.
A few brave souls have stuck around here tonight.
All summer long.
And most got enough of this wind and cold. And let's face it, it hasn't been the most entertaining ball game.
Number 9, Caleb Milliken.
The Goldpanners trying to get something going here late. Foul backing out of play, hanging in there with an 0-2 count.
That foul
Is
ball
Caleb
brought to you by
Milliken.
Glass Doctor. We fix all your pains.
And it's grounded foul. It's fouled off 3 in a row since the count went 0-2. Wouldn't be surprised if Carey throws up something way out of the zone. On this 0-2 pitch. No, comes over the plate and it's fouled off again.
And if you are getting foul balls and if they are in good use, you can return
Second inning of work for Carey.
credit at the concession stand.
The third pitcher of the game for the Oilers. Another 0-2 is fouled off.
Expensive hitter.
That foul ball brought to you by number 9, Caleb.
And here comes another 0-2 pitch to Caleb Milliken, and this one is popped over the mound, and there's going to be no play. What an at-bat for Caleb Milliken, just fighting off pitch after pitch with 2 strikes. And he picks up an infield single, and Gold at the corners now with 1 away. Griffin Harrison, 0 for 2 tonight so far, was hit by a pitch.
Griffin Harrison.
And he represents the tying run. No home runs yet this year for Griffin. Takes a fastball inside for ball 1. And a strike called. Two balls and a strike. Shuck is on deck for Fairbanks. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Took something off that one to Carey. Griffin Harrison. Boy, a base hit and things really get interesting. Here's the 2-2. Outside ball 3. Griffin Harrison with a 3-2 count. Awaiting the pitch from Shane Carey. And it's outside and in the dirt, ball 4. And so the base is now full of gold with 1 out. In the bottom of the 7th and final inning.
After that, Twitter.
And now a visit to the mound. There's nobody throwing in the Oilers. Isaac Shuck stands in. Base is full. Swings and misses. Strike 1 on Shuck. Tate Shamau is in the on-deck circle. Shuck tonight, hit by a pitch, struck out swinging and walked. Carey has now gone through the Goldpanner batting order once. Isaac Shuck gets his second plate appearance against him now. Walked the first time. He takes a strike here. It's 1-2. Base is full of gold. Here's the 1-2. Fouls it back to the netting.
NFL ball brought to you by Foundation Health Partners.
Good day for plexiglass.
Rimmer at third, Milliken at second, Harrison at first. Here's the 1-2 to Isaac Shuck. And it's chopped towards short. Becker backs up, throws to second for 1, on to first, not in time. It's a 5-3 game. But now there are 2 away. Fielder's choice RBI for Shuck. And now it's all up to Tate Shamau, and we're going to get a pitching change after all that. We're going to get a pitching change here. A 5-3 lead for the Oilers, bottom of the 7th and final inning. Gold at first and third and 2 outs. And I think it's going to be Mose coming into the game. Mose Hayes. Back to ground in just a moment. This one's not over yet. So, indeed, the new pitcher into the game is number 5, Mose Hayes,
Number 11, Alex Garcia.
the Yuba College sophomore. I mean, he's going to try and finish off the Goldpanners here in the 7th. And he will work to Tate Shamau with Gold at the corners. 1 run is in. There are 2 outs. Pinch runner at first base for Fairbanks is Alex Garcia. He is running for Isaac Shuck. Now here we go. It comes down to this. Tate Shamau. Base hit here could tie the game with everybody running on contact. And here's the first pitch from Hayes. And it's ripped down the left field line. It's a base hit, and it's going to be for extra bases. In to score is Milliken. Here comes Garcia, waved around third. Here comes the throw, and the head first slide. He's safe. The ball gets away, but holding up at third base is Shamau with the game-tying 2-out triple here in the bottom of the 7th inning. How do you like that? Tate Shamau, with his first hit of the night, delivers with the 2-run triple down the left field line, and we're tied at 5 here in the bottom of the 7th and final inning. Now, can Dom Hughes give the Panners the win in walk-off style? The pitch from Hayes is in for a strike. It's a crazy game, isn't it? Smoke down the right field side, and it's a base hit, and Dominic Hughes drives in the game-winning run in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the improbable comeback victory in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Goldpanners gives them their first win of the season. And my goodness, the Panners walk off the Oilers in a bizarre game that was ugly for much of it. And the Oilers took a 5-2 lead into the 7th inning, and the Panners rally to win it 6-5 with a 4-run bottom of the 7th. Dominic Hughes, the game-winning hit after Tate Shamau's 2-run triple. And the Panners win it 6-5. How do you like that? Goldpanners get their first win of the year. And they look to clinch the series tomorrow night against the Oilers in another 7-inning game right here at 6:30 tomorrow night. Panners win at 6-5 in walk-off fashion. Have a great night, everybody. Garrel Von Dane saying so long from Groud Memorial Park. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a good one.